Hi guys, Carl here from Team Shift. We got quite a lot of responses to our poll that we put up on the channel for some sort of off-the-wall decks and some combos and things like that. So got something a little bit different I took to locals this week. I've got Orcust Runick. It performed pretty well. My only loss was to MathMech, but yeah, I'll give you the list and then I'll go over one of the quick combos as well. So to start us off, we've got quite an extensive scrap engine. These are really good for getting the Orcust pieces engraved. You do have things like YuGiOh or Armonite as well, but these were the best ones because they allowed you to extend through scrap wyvern. So the 3 recycler, and then there was 2 raptor and a fossil dig. The reason that this was the fossil dig instead of the 3rd raptor was to not only just deck thin, but also as a card that you could set to help combo with scrap wyvern turn 1, and of course the 1 fridge there as well. And then for the Orcust cards, we've got 3 Nightmare, 2 Symbol, and just the 1 YuGiOh. As sort of mentioned earlier with the scrap recyclers there, YuGiOh's good, but it's not something that you can extend with much further, so it's just there as a target to send off of either this or the scrap recycler and reborn with Symbol. And then the honorary Orcust was just the 1 World Wand, which you need to play for the combos, and then the 1 return 1 crescendo. Didn't play Babel because obviously got the Runick cards in here, so we're going to be having Fountain up, so I didn't find the need for that. It would have come up 1 or 2 times when my YuGiOh got negated, just to have some different kind of interruptions other than just crescendo, but these performed really well. And then the last card was just the 1 Runick, which is part of the combo that I'll show you in a bit, but also just provided you an extra extender with the level 1 token. And also the World Legacy Succession, you search yourself a lib turn 1 and you use it to revive Golem, and again, part of the combo. And then for the Runick cards, pretty straightforward. 2 Fountain, 3 Tip, then we've got 3 Freezing, 3 Destruction, 3 Flashing Fire, 3 Slumber, and 2 Dispelling. Just wanted to see quite a lot of names for this to help, push through combos by pitching Orcust cards, and just seeing them a lot was really useful. And then just had room for 3 non-engine, which was just evenly. Seems like the best standalone card to have this format. So that was that. And that was the main. That was 40 cards. Onto the extra deck. Playing 2 Hugin, 1 Gary, just for the Runick cards. Didn't find I needed Munin or anything. Gary was actually quite nice as an extender that you could sometimes use, even though you were dark locked, obviously because he's dark, because you can put the ding over the Galatea just to move it to the main monster zone, just to give you an extra monster if you need it to make anything else with it. For the Orcust cards, it was 2 Galatea, 2 Ding YuGiOh. Opted not to play long YuGiOh just because we're not playing Babel, and didn't find I needed the extra copies of Galatea because I had things like Symbol to keep bringing it back. And then combo cards was Scrap Wyvern and the Lib. You'll see more of why these are really good when I do the combo in a sec. But yeah, all of this helps you to get to much larger end board with the Orcust cards. The 1 Link Karibo can be used either for the Runick token or for the YuGiOh token that you can get. There's also a dark to help, when you're dark locked. And then end board pieces. Of Apollo, IP, and Abomination. Obviously this can go into either of these, but sometimes you get to end on Apollo plus the IP under it, and then you can use this to either go into one of the sort of utility cards here with Unicorn or Access Code as well for pushing for game, even if you're dark locked. So that was the extra deck, and then onto the side deck. This is a little bit tuned for locals, but I think the side's quite generic anyway, despite that. There's the 2 Magnamut and the 1 Drewsworm, really good for Branded or MathMech. Unfortunately didn't see this in the matchup that I played against MathMech. 3 Radiant, really good for Kashtira and things like that. Also really good into Naturia Runick for getting rid of the Nat Beast. The 2 Cosmic and the Duster, just for either other Runick matchups or just for back row decks in general. Obviously pairs well with the Evenly that's mained. 3 Dark Ruler, again really good for Naturia Runick, also good for Melfi Sprite, which I did end up playing against. And the last card was the 3 Grave of the Super Ancient Organism, which was just Mystic Mind for Sword Soul, Branded, and Kashtira. And the deck doesn't get hit by it at all because the only higher level monster that you have is Nightmare, which is just going to go to the grave anyway. And then onto the combo. So for the combo, for this you're just going to need one of any of these, so just a way to Scrap Recycler, and just any Runick spell. And this is going to get you to an Apollo, an IP, and a Galatea with a Crescendo set. So not bad off 2 cards. So for this I'm just going to take these cards here. So to start off, you can use Dispelling. I'm just going to summon out your YuGiOh. You can obviously use the effect here to search yourself for a fountain, but for the purposes of this I'm not going to be doing that. Normal Scrap Recycler, and this is going to send to grave Crystron Rosenecks. You're then going to use this to banish itself and give you out a token, which I'll just use this for. After this, you're going to link these two into your Scrap Wyvern. Scrap Wyvern's then going to use its effect to reborn the Scrap Recycler and destroy it. Then you get to use the other effect, Scrap Wyvern, summoning out Scrap Golem and destroying the token that you got. After this, you'll go Scrap Golem and revive the Scrap Recycler. And then Recycler is going to use its effect to dump again. Ooh, we're going to dump the World Wand here. After you've done that, you're going to link these two into Lib, and because you have the World Legacy World Wand engraved, once you set this succession off of it, you can use it this turn. After that, we're going to get these straight into an Apollo, so it's going to have 2 negates on it there. Then with that, we're going to use this succession to reborn out Golem to one of the zones that the link points to. Golem's then going to trigger again, bringing you out another Recycler, which is this time is going to be dumping the Nightmare. Then you can go Nightmare, target any of these, banish to send the Symbol Skeleton to grave, and then once you've done that, you can use the World Wand that you have in grave, banish this to bring back your Nightmare. After you've done that, you can link 2 of these into your Galatea, and then you can use the Symbol engrave, banishing that, to reborn back the Nightmare, link these 2 into IP, and then you can use Galatea, putting back any of your banished machines, and getting you to your Crescendo. So pretty straightforward off 2 cards. You've got 2 negates here, an Omni negate and banish here, and you've also got IP into either Unicorn or into Abomination or something like that.